You alright then?
Aye.
Good. Would you have?
Cold, but
It's
all right.
it is. It's rained every day for this year. Like I
Yeah, it has.
read the news for the first time in ages. Like this rain can't be normal. It's gonna be a plague. Turns out it's been raining every day, so it is a plague.
Apparently, it's going to snow on Friday.
Yeah, I heard that as well, and I'm just like, what's going on? Like,
Disgusting.
yeah, it's horrible. Especially because I've been taking these dogs out like twice a day, so I'm just getting wet twice. You know what I mean? Like, we just got to change pants constantly.
Plus, the rain isn't going to help you either.
Hello and welcome to the Canon Fodder Podcast, the show we dive into movie franchises, break down their lore, track how they evolve, and ultimately rank them to decide what's actually worth your time. As always, you're joined by myself, Fodder Tom, and my co-host, who I'll let introduce himself.
I'm going to do the classic, hello, it is me, Fodder Phil.
Nice. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome and thanks for joining us. This week, we are going to be talking about a franchise that we've already touched upon in two episodes. And this is going to be our continuation of the 28 verse, continuing with 2025's 28 Years Later. But before we do that, me and Phil like to do this little thing where we have a little catch-up, a little chat. It's been a little while, I think. Been a couple of weeks since we've done this, so we're going to dive into our section, which is called What's Canon On? So I'll start with you, Phil. As always, what's canon on with you?
Well, I feel like just tune in, because one day we're going to be doing the Netflix special on my life, because I feel like all the shit's been hitting the fan lately. I'm going to be having, like, investigations into me and all sorts of things going on, so we'll see that. But I've been pretty good. Yeah, I've been pretty all right. One thing that I've spent me time doing is watching Torchwood. Do you remember Torchwood?
I do remember Torchwood. I can tell you a little fact or two about what Torchwood if you
Oh,
wanted.
good. I hope you got some, because I've got questions. But did you ever finish Torchwood?
I never watched it.
Wow.
Never watched
Is
it.
that your fact? That's a pretty shit fact.
No, I was a huge Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I was a huge Doctor Who fan, but for some reason that show just never got us.
It's basically Doctor Who, but with shagging.
I thought it was just Doctor Who, but no Time Lords.
No. I mean, I don't think there is Time Lords in it, actually, but there's plenty of other aliens and other tiny...
Yeah, so it's Doctor Who without the Doctor, isn't it?
It's Doctor Who with a bit of shagging, a bit of sex in it.
Do you know anything about the name Torchwood?
Yes, I know all about... I've watched Doctor Who as well, Tom, back when it was good.
No, not just like, obviously Torchwood is an anagram of Doctor Who, but do you know that there was a bit of history behind the name before the show?
Can't say I do. What are you going to regale me with?
Back when the BBC used to record their Doctor Who episodes on video or VHS to then send it out and broadcast it, because they were so scared about spoilers, the video titles were Torchwood.
Well,
there you go.
In hindsight, not the greatest secret code, is it?
Why?
Consider it's an anagram.
Yeah, but back in the 30s or whatever, I don't think people were going... I don't think people were sitting down, pen and paper, going, this is an anagram for Doctor Who. I don't think that was the crack.
I mean, there was code breakers. Some quite famous British code breakers, I think. Anywho, talking about Doctor Who and Torchwood.
Nice.
We went through it. My partner had never seen it before either. She likes Doctor Who, and I thought, like, Doctor Who and sex? What could go wrong here?
Mm-hmm.
So we went through, we watched all of them. So I'd only remembered watching I remembered all of season 1. So when we went through season 1, I was like, yeah, as soon as every episode started, I was like, I know what happens here. I remember this. And I remember I'm not going to give any spoilers away for anybody who might potentially be interested in Doctor Who with sex. But I remembered every episode and the things that happened. I remember some huge, like, plot twisty type things and huge, like, episode and plot lines. And they kept coming, and I remembered them. And then it got to episode, like, season 3 finished, and I was like, right, I can't, like, that's it. I can't remember anything else after season 3. And there's a season 4. And season 4, Tom, blew my mind. I had to stop the episode a good like 30 minutes in because I was like, this is the wrong thing. This is the wrong show now. We're just we've stumbled upon the wrong. There's a different show called Torchwood,
Wood
and
torch.
this is what it's displayed. It's Wood Torch, yeah. About VHS tapes or something.
Yeah.
But so season 4 is basically like fucking CSI or Grey's Anatomy, some sort of American drama type show that you know the type I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
It's literally that, like filmed like that. It's set in America. Like all it's had some like pretty big stars in it as well.
Was
And
John
then
Barrowman still in season 4, or was he left by that
John
point?
Barrowman's still in. Yeah, he's still in. John Barrowman's on all the seasons. Um, there was barely any aliens in season 4 though. Just to put it out there, a lot more American dramatization. But what I suspect happened was they lost the funding. Like the BBC the
Yeah,
BBC were
yeah.
trying to break out into America with it because I'm pretty sure like when we watch the credits at the end, it's like BBC America and all that crap. And my God, you can tell. You can absolutely
It's
tell
just
it's like
dropped
been
off the
American.
face of the planet. Is it like The Office, where the UK office is a bit gritty, it's a bit grimy, it's a bit minging, and then you watch the American office and it's a bit like almost too nicely cut around the edges?
Yeah, pretty much. It was very, very tailored to Americans, as you'd expect. I still enjoyed it. I actually thought it was alright. But it was such a shock going from basically the low budget ass, everything's filmed in Cardiff, BBC drama that is Doctor Who, but with a bit of sex every now and again, to CSI Miami, which is what it turned into in season 4. I absolutely couldn't believe what I was watching. I had to honestly pause it and start imdebating it to make sure I was on the right track here. But what a shock. What a surprise. It
That's
doesn't like that was
devastating.
years
Sounds devastating. Sounds like you were enjoying it as well. Were you enjoy? I take it up to season 3 was like banging TV, or like for the time banging TV.
for the time is banging. I mean, what they even said it's at one point, like, because of obviously his Torchwood, right? That like to quote the episodes, outside the government, beyond the police, alien technology, and all this, right? And at one point they go like, "Oh, I've got the latest tech, got a 4G antenna," and I'm like, "Fucking 4G! This is mint! Like, this is so good watching a
Guys, I've
Torchwood with
just got Wi-Fi in
4G."
the house. Like we've got
Yeah.
broadband now.
Oh, fiber optics, man. Like, oh, crazy. But yeah, when we talked about 4G, I was like, I had to pause. We're like, 4 fucking G. And they were bragging about how good it was. Um, oh yeah, the nostalgia vibes were hard and fast. Like, but it's great TV for what it is. Like, it's the CGI is god awful. It's ridiculous script, but as a kid who grew up on Doctor Who, that was the like natural sort of let's get the kids who like Doctor Who as adults now, as like kind of late teenagers in keeping them interested in Doctor Who, which as far as I know doesn't really happen anymore.
No, I
I'll
don't think it does.
tell you what inspired us to watch it. It was because they released that new War of the Land and Sea
Oh
and that's
my
in the
god,
Torchwood
I
verse.
saw the like poster for that and I went, this looks like a kid made it. It looks awful. Like it looks really bad. Is it good?
You can skip it.
Yeah, I thought looking at it, I was like, even the marketing is like, because normally the marketing for anything is like 25% better than the actual product because, you know, that's marketing. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to hype you up. And I just thought the marketing for that was like, oh, you guys missed the boat by like at least 10 years here. Like, this is
Yeah.
like, do you remember the show? Was it called Atlantis or Atlantic or something? It was on BBC. And that was like the same kind of vibes I was getting. Where I was like, that was like the show that came out at the time, and I was like, this looks really good. It was almost like Merlin.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the vibes I got off that War of the Land of the Sea. And what a terrible name, by the way. Like, what
Yeah.
a terrible name. Why not Aqua War or something, you know? Just come up with something better. One word. Aye.
Goes it goes very like a lot of things happen and then you kind of I don't want to give spoilers away. If anybody's seen the trailer, they know what I'm talking about. But like huge things happen and then the next episode it's like, oh yeah, but that's not a problem anymore, don't worry about it. And it's like, well, what was the actual point in watching this fucking show? Like it's literally the show might as well have never existed and would all be in the same bloody scenario. But yeah, that inspired that, and because we were waiting for new episodes of that to come out, and I was like, well, let's fill the meantime with a bit of Doctor Who and John Barrowman in sex. Like, you know,
It's
who
nice.
can go wrong?
John Barrowman's a good guy. I liked him in Arrow. He was really good in that. That was like my show that was a bit like Torchwood, where I'd dip in every now and then. I knew it wasn't that great, but I couldn't help but like be like, stick an episode of Arrow on. All my worries will go away because this man with a bow and arrow will save the world. Like, it'll be good. What have I been doing? So I know you've not asked this, so I'll take the reins. I'll take the reins off you. I've not done loads. It's been a little while, but I've just been busy and sort of head in the weeds. In terms of things I've been watching, I've watched I'm midway through season 2 of Fallout. Quite enjoying it. Problem is with it, it's a bit slow, and the episodes seem to feel longer than 40 minutes. Even like those, we were watching one of the episodes the other day, I think it was episode 2. I was like, oh my god, this has been on for an hour and a half, and it was like 30 minutes. And I was just like, that's bad. It's bad when that's the crack. But I'm still enjoying the fun aspect of it. We watched The Night of the Seven Kingdoms. We've just watched the latest episode, which was episode 4. That's quite fun. For people who like don't know about it, it's like a Game of Thrones spin-off, but it's not massively serious like Game of Thrones is. It kind of has a bit of a joke and a laugh. And the episode's like 30 minutes, which is prime television for me at the minute. We've been watching From. So I will talk to you about this off pod. We're on season 2 of From. I'm enjoying it. My concern is it's going to be like Lost, though, where I just don't get answers until the very end, and the show's still going. So I know that there's still questions out there that just haven't been touched. But it's a really good show. I'm really enjoying it. It is breadcrumby in the sense of I'm just getting little bits at a time.
I was really worried that From was going to get cancelled. It felt like a one season and done show. But I enjoyed it. Like, I'm still enjoying it. I'm watching it too, and I'm glad it hasn't been. I hope they do finish it, because as far as I know, it's got a little bit of like sort of culty following. So
Yeah.
it's worth investing as long as they keep the budget there and people
Yeah,
keep
that's it.
watching and people keep making it. But it would be a shame if it just ended with no actual answers, because right now we don't know jack really.
That's really concerning, because that for me could become a problem. Because in season 2, what they've done the classic where they take everything you know. So just a synopsis for anyone who doesn't know what From is: these people are stuck in this town, they can't leave, and every night monsters come, and these monsters just brutally massacre you unless you are in some form of safe haven. So that's the concept of season 1. You kind of want to find out what's the town, why they're stuck, why can't they leave, blah 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 blah. And season 2 turns around and goes, oh, those monsters, they're like level 1. There's like 6 levels above that. And I'm just like, oh my god, like, I don't know if I can put up with this, because like I know that season 2 is going to be level 2. Then season 3 is going to be like, oh, well, you know, them monsters that you had in season 2, they're not even the highest guys. And I'm just like, we're just going to keep playing that card. I don't know. It's concerning.
For those that do like Lost, it's Michael from Lost in it as
Yeah,
well,
Michael
isn't it?
from Lost, which, to be honest, I think he's a really good actor. I like him in
I
TV
know.
stuff. I really enjoy him.
I think, I mean, definitely a deliberate casting. I think, though, because if you like Lost, and you're gonna like From as well, so
Yeah,
it gets that like
100%.
sort of link straight away.
And the other thing I'm watching, which is potentially in my top 5 shows of all time at the minute, is Succession. I'm really enjoying Succession. It's just really good TV. It's not brutally murdering people. It's not like sci-fi. It's just about this family that's just horrible. Just a horrible, horrible family. But it's good.
I don't know anything about Succession.
So it's based on the story of the Murdochs, I think, like Rupert Murdoch and stuff like that. It's based on that family. So Brian Cox, not the scientist, the actor, he runs a news company, and he's got like 5 kids, and he's like of an age where really he should be looking to retire, but he's like ruthless. And he keeps setting his kids up to like take over the business from him, and like he just basically takes the rug from under them every single time. And it's just how the other half live, and like they're horrible rich people. But the drama is just so good. It's just so good. It's so well written. I'd highly recommend it. It's 4 seasons. It's all done. I'm on season 2, and I just can't stop watching it.
From Torchwood to bloody monsters to the Rupert Murdoch. Wow, full circle.
With that, then, what we're going to do is jump into the topic of the day. So we are discussing 28 years later. That intro seems like an age ago, but here we are. And what we're going to do is we're going to do our synopsis, where Phil will go through the IMDb page. He'll give us a bit of a pedigree on the film, and then we'll go into sort of the acts, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. We'll rate it, and that'll be the episode. It's going to be good. Can't wait.
Gonna be good. That's the optimism we
That's
need.
the optimism.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. I've been waiting for this because I've had IMDb loaded up on my phone. IMDb for the new listeners that I'm sure we're gonna have.
Sub.
Sub, sub, sub. I'm gonna read it out. I want you to tell me what you think of this synopsis.
Oh, you know
Tom.
what it is? This is classic 28 years because you did this for the past 2 episodes of this franchise.
Yes, I've got problems with this synopsis, but I'll let you and the audience decide. So, a group of survivors of the rage virus live on a small island. When one of the group leaves the island on a mission into the mainland, he discovers secrets, wonders, and horrors that have mutated not only the infected, but other survivors. I think that's true.
It's like a CV where they've clearly embellished parts because really it is true, but it's not.
From a certain point of view. Fuck off.
It is. Yeah, it is true, but it's not. It's very embellished because I can kind of see what threads they're pulling from. I just don't feel like that those are questions that are ever really properly posed in the film.
I think that is probably, which might allude to our rating maybe at the end, but it feels like false advertising. It feels like that's trying to sell you something that the movie never delivers on, really, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it does. It is erring on the side of blowing smoke where there's no fire. Because again, like go through it again with this, so like kind of give us bit by bit.
Group of survivors of the rage virus live on a small island.
That's true.
True. When one of the group leaves the island on a mission into the mainland,
That's also true.
he discovers secrets, wonders, and horrors that have mutated not only the infected, but other survivors.
So secrets, I would say, is the Doctor. Wonders.
Wonders? What's the wonders?
It's the Angel of the North.
Fucking angel enough, yeah. The church, ma'am, look.
Aye, and what was the last bit? Mutated stuff. That's the alpha.
Horrors that have mutated.
That's the alphas and the other thing, and then obviously the final scene is like the other survivors.
How the fuck has any of what survivors been mutated?
Yeah, that's someone who's trying to do something in a word count, I think, for no reason other than to just kind of shorten it, because it should be mutated monsters and deranged survivors, like, because that's what it is.
It's interesting because we did the sort of trailer reaction to 28 years later.
We did. Go watch it.
Which you should go watch, and it'd be interesting to see if any of our predictions we made do come true to this. But I feel like again, trailer sold us a story. This description is given, this synopsis has given us a story, and maybe you're gonna be left wanting. Maybe in a good way. Maybe you love the story, but I feel like that's a high level, overview of it. But if you're reading that and you're banking on, I can't wait to see the mutations of the infected and other survivors, because you ain't gonna get them, pal. That's not a thing.
Let's get into it, because there's things I want to say and I can't at this stage because we're not quite there yet. So it came out 2025. Director, who we got?
Good old Danny.
Danny's back. So Danny Boyle, who did the first film 28 days later, he skipped out on 28 weeks, but he is back for this third hurrah, I guess. Cast.
Yep.
So we've got Jodie Comer. I don't know who that is. It seems that people are like aware of who Jodie Comer is. I don't know who Jodie Comer is. Even by face, I was like, I don't know who that is. There's Aaron Taylor Johnson. I know who that is. It's Quicksilver.
Surely you know who Jodie Comer is.
Nah, who's Jodie Comer?
Didn't you recommend Killing Eve to me at one point?
Nope.
Okay, that must have been my other friend Tom.
And then you've got Ralph Fiennes. So Ralph Fiennes famous for being Voldemort. And then you've got Alfie Williams.
The up and comer, yeah.
How many of these are from the northeast of England, Phil?
Ooh, I don't know about Ralph Fiennes. I feel like he's probably more southern, but
It
maybe just
is.
one.
I didn't know. I didn't Google it. I knew one of them was. I don't know where Ralph Fiennes is from. According to this film, he's from Whitley Bay, so there's that. Yeah, Alfie Williams. He's from Gateshead, so he is a local lad, local to us. Anything else to discuss with the synopsis before we jump into the bits and bobs?
No, let's crack on.
All right, so we start with the cold opening. We see a bunch of kids sitting around a TV that is displaying the Teletubbies. In this scene, the household is attacked by those of the rage virus. It is 2001. Um, yeah, so there is a kid in there, a kid called Jimmy, and Jimmy is the only one to sort of survive this ordeal. So, with this scene, is there any bits you'd like to discuss or pull apart?
At a high level, I just want to compliment all of the little kid actors, because for me, when you get kid actors in, it can make or break a movie or make or break a scene. Because a lot of kid actors can be shit. A lot of adult actors can be shit too.
Yeah.
But the kids in this scene all do a great job. I feel like they're all acting's on point.
There's a girl on the right, and she generally looks like she's terrified. Like her face is red. She's like crying and stuff. And I was like, oh my god, like I'm believing you out of everybody in this room. So no, it's a good shout. I think they do a good job.
Can't wait to see her story, Tom.
Yeah, 28 years
That's
later,
2
the
minutes
other
later.
survivor or something.
No, but I think good opening scene, and we know this before from other episodes, but sometimes like one little bit of a scene can pull me out of it, and I can't get past it. And I was pleasantly surprised and pleased that this it was a good opening scene. Probably unlike some of the other 28 movies actually that have a pretty poor opening scene. I thought this was pretty good, and it felt so on point for Danny Boyle and the 28 franchise for me.
It really did. It did invoke that first opening scene of 28 days later. Um, so do you remember where this like particular scene is set?
Somewhere in Scotland, isn't it? I
It's
think.
the Scottish Highlands. Yeah, yeah. Um, did they have a Scottish accent?
I don't. Maybe
I didn't feel like they did.
the Teletubbies weren't speaking Scottish, and that's for sure.
So my gripe is that I don't feel like it was really in vogue in the Scottish Highlands. So why name it? You could have had it anywhere and not had to name the location. Why would it have mattered? As long as you knew it was the UK, that's probably the main thing.
Mm.
On the TV, we had the Teletubbies, and I'm going to say this now. Me and you have both seen 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. So we've got a bit more knowledge about some characters. But I still don't understand why it's Teletubbies on the TV and not Jim will fix it.
Well, 2001, there was no Jim will fix it.
Wasn't it? Was he not still about? Was he not still doing like stuff?
I think he was alive, but he
No,
wasn't
he was
doing
definitely
TV.
alive. Wasn't doing TV. He would definitely been doing some kind of TV. He was still massive in 2001, I think.
Maybe it's just the pure element of just. Well, I suppose if we're going already into the Jim will fix it route, then it's coming as a reveal. It's like
Yeah.
it's a big scene, and you don't want to play your hand straight away and be like, fucking hell, Jim will fix it on the telly and distract from the children getting murdered. Like, so the Teletubbies more juxtaposes what's going on. You know, we've got these friendly little creatures,
They
and
are
compared
creatures.
to the monsters coming out.
All right, so anyway, to wrap this scene up, Jimmy will runs off to find his dad, who is the priest, I believe. The dad's clearly lost his marbles, and he's like, "Oh no, this is like the rapture. We're all gonna be purged. Like this day's been coming for a long time." Jimmy hides, and then end of the scene, and we get a dialogue sort of scroll. Well, not scroll, like a dialogue appearance telling us what's happened between 28 weeks and 28 years. We get our first retcon. So we're told that the virus is pushed back from Europe. So at the end of
Yes.
28 weeks, we end in Paris, where the infection has escaped quarantine of the UK. It's started to spread in Paris. Now we're being told that didn't happen, or that's been rectified, and the UK has now been quarantined to be isolated away from everyone else.
I don't have a problem with that, you know.
So I was reading up on this. Alex Garland, is that the guy? Is that the guy in the second one? Um, he was asked the question like, "Well, what happened with in Paris?" And he just turned around and says, "Oh, they probably nuked it." So it's like fair, yeah, fair enough. Like just get rid of it.
I mean, because you only ever see like two,
A couple, yeah,
2 or so in
yeah, but
Eiffel
you
Tower.
only see one dad in this 28 weeks later, and he spreads it the entire UK. Like
Yeah, that's true.
we opened on Spike. I felt that this opening where it displayed Spike kind of going through his routine, it felt very 2000s. I don't know about you.
hmm
I felt like some of the camera angles were like very edgy, almost 2000s, like stuff that was being introduced in films at the time. The music was a bit 2000s-y as well, almost coming of age.
It's interesting you say that because it did mind meld me a little bit because we went from seeing the kid Jimmy running, and then the next scene was like an older kid waking up. Like my brain was trying to be like, "Oh, that's Jimmy. Jimmy's grown up a bit now." But of course, it's 20 years later. But my brain didn't put those two pieces together between that opening scene and that scene because like the kid had the look don't look too dissimilar, and
No,
plus
no,
he's
don't.
aged. Yeah, I wonder how many other people kind of didn't put those two things together either straight away.
So do you feel like that's a sort of a problem with not with the narrative, like how it's been directed?
Yeah, I mean you need the prequel bit just to satisfy the audience of 28 days later, but also to for the reveals later on. But maybe they could have done something a bit different. Maybe they could have made it a little bit more obvious that it wasn't the same kid. Because if you weren't, for example, right, if you weren't paying attention or you weren't like didn't read the text fully or missed it or whatever, like you would be forgiven to be like, all right, cool, that kid's escaped and now he lives on an island. Got ya, I'm there. Like so, yeah. Maybe they could have done a bit better. Maybe they could have just made the kids look totally different rather than quite similar.
Yeah. No, I think it's fair. I think it's fair. I didn't have that problem, so maybe you need to get some glasses that are better.
Yeah, you pay attention too much. ADHD, me being like looking around the room and that,
Yeah,
and be like, oh,
yeah,
zombies,
like,
the
it's the
zombies are
same
back.
guy. It's the same guy. um. All right. So then we go in the kitchen. The dad is in the kitchen, who's played by Aaron Taylor Johnson. I didn't get the dad's name.
No, neither did I.
Which is weird because I got everyone else's name pretty much. So here's where one of the problems of the film hit me is with 28 days later, you know there's like a lot of stuff that's done in there. And you brought up a point about like clever camera shots or trying to do clever things with the camera. And it felt quite natural, it felt quite experimental. Whereas this, I felt like it was quite marketed towards being like that rather than naturally being like that. For example, like when Spike and the dad are talking in the kitchen, they're talking about like he's old enough, he's gonna go out and he's gonna sort of get his first kill. The camera's on like a tilt, as if to say like there's something not quite right here, that there's something wrong with the relationship. And then you hear the mom kind of having a bit of a ruckus upstairs. And I instantly thought, oh, there's a zombie upstairs. Like they've kept some kind of infected upstairs. Turns out
Yeah,
she's just ill. And he goes upstairs and there's like a camera that like camera angle that focuses on like a frayed bit of the stair. I'm like, oh, is that because
yeah.
all the relationships in this house are frayed? Like, is that what we're doing here? And
Ooh,
I
nice.
I just felt what we're doing, like what it just felt really forced. It didn't feel natural.
Maybe this is like classic A-level media where we're like the door was red, the door represented anger, and it's just a red door.
Yeah.
I did think I did notice the frayed step as well. I thought it was more trying to hint at how many times they'd had to go up to care for the mom and that strain of it.
Probably that, you know. You know this. You're probably right. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, like it's wearing on them, it's straining the relationships, it's straining the stairs, that kind of thing. It does do, to its credit though, it does do some. Maybe it's not like the angles, but it does do some quite nice things of like metaphoric early on, and which changes as we'll get onto. But like I think the first thing you see Spike do is he picks up a Power Ranger when he's packing a bag, doesn't he? Or is that later on? And he puts the Power Ranger back.
I think it's when he's gonna pack his bag, which might be like the scene after we
The
see.
next scene,
Yeah, yeah. I think it's
yeah.
then.
But then coming to your point about like him like growing up and like he's becoming a man now. Like he goes to take the Power Ranger and then he puts it back and he's like, no, like I'm leaving my childish things behind. That metaphor for it, which was quite nice for me, you know, to be
Yeah.
like, oh, like nice bit of metaphoric symbolism there from good old Danny.
When I saw that scene with the Power Ranger, I was like, it just felt very basic and sort of tick boxy. And I know that's bad. I know that's really bad to say because you know it is. Probably isn't. It's probably just me reading into it and how like films are made now where they try and hit all these boxes and do all these things to like evoke stuff and be smarter than they actually are. And I've got a real problem at the minute with old directors coming back thinking they've still got it when I'm like, I don't know if you have. Not to say this about Danny Boyle, but like I definitely feel that way about James Cameron and his Avatar franchise. Like that can go in the bin. Feel the same way about Ridley Scott. I feel like Ridley Scott can't make a film anymore. Martin Scorsese can't make a film anymore. But these names are sort of brought in to say, oh, you can make this film. You've got X budget. Like do what you want. It's fine because we trust your name. It's like you gotta remember that people get on. People don't always keep the same skills they've got, and people lose it. People aren't on the pulse. And I do feel like there's a lot of stuff in here where it's just like, oh, that's a Danny Boyle thing. And I'm like, yeah, but it was in 2000. Like, what's changed?
Do you think Danny Boyle was the selling point of this movie?
Definitely.
Yeah.
He was 100% like, because it was like coming back to Danny Boyle. Another thing to mention actually before we move too far on, this film isn't the same producers. It's Sony. Number 1 was Film 4 and number 2 was Fox.
I mean, it's so obvious, isn't it?
Love
Like,
that.
so, like, you wouldn't be for anybody that's like, you know, got any sort of understanding of what you think of when you think of those film studios. It's absolutely nailed on for all three.
Yeah, 100%.
Very interesting.
All right, so we're introduced to the mom, who's Isla. Isla's not well. She has like fits and starts of normal conversations, but then she has bursts of pain and stuff like that. So there's clearly some form of illness that's happening. We don't know if it's mental and we don't know if it's physical. Um, she asks about Spike going to school, so the dad turns around and says, "Look, he doesn't go to school. You know this." Blah 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 blah. Invoking that she's got memory issues as well. And then when he turns around and says he's going to the mainland, she seems to kind of remember and twig that the mainland's a place we shouldn't go. She calls him every name under the sun, quite aggressively. And yeah, she kind of has a fit. And then Spike goes and packs his bag, and we have the scene where he picks up the red Power Ranger and puts it back. I think that's about it for the island, isn't it? We're introduced to Ben, I think his name is, who is, for a lack of a better word, not Sean Bean. Should have been Sean Bean, but it's not Sean Bean.
Mm.
Yeah. So just in this scene,
He
like what?
would have had to die though if it was Sean Bean. So
It's true. It's true. He could have died. Could have died in the fire.
could have died. Yeah.
So in this scene, like we've got the characters. What's the overall thoughts here? Like accents, sort of clothing, you know, the look. How you find it all?
I know, like obviously, maybe a lot of the B list, C list, or even D list characters we're seeing at this point are could be Northern, could be like English, but all of the all the acting accents, I'm all right. I'm invested. I'm in. Like there hasn't been anything that's thrown us off at this stage. Like I think I'm pretty happy. The accent from Aaron Taylor Johnson hasn't been too bad, maybe yet.
Not
But
yet.
I'm pretty satisfied up to now. Yeah. Just a thought though. He like again side quest, but could they not have made instead of Teletubbies made it the Power Rangers on the TV
100%.
and made
Yeah,
then you could have had
100%.
that link. Or even Spike's got a little Tinky Winky toy. And now it's not exactly a boy thing, but still same thing.
Oh, he's got a little purse.
Got a little purse.
Got a little purse. The Power Rangers thing would have made so much sense, you know.
Yeah, whatever, wouldn't it?
In
Why not?
fact,
Why wouldn't do that?
I think that would have been like if it turned out that the reveal at the end was Power Rangers, I think that would have been so much better. Because it would lead into why Spike makes the decision he makes in the next sort of film.
Mm.
But hey ho, who are we but critics?
Yeah.
All right, so we leave the mainland. So just to kind of tell everyone, we are on Holy Island, which is an island in the north of England, which has a single track to go from mainland to the island that gets covered by water every tide, sort of in and out. We're told that the tide will cover this in 4 hours. So they've got a time limit to get on the island, do what they need to do, and come back. We're then given a bit of an expedition dump about like the monsters, like head and heart, kind of stuff. And I felt like that we were treated a bit like morons. And I get it; they've got to treat every film like it's somebody's first and give them that expedition dump. But I just feel like there was a lot of stuff here that was just, I don't know, forced. Because we get like the rules and stuff like that.
Classic zombie rules.
Classic zombie rules, apart from the heart.
Heart, yeah.
That's a new one.
But they are alive.
Do we know they're alive?
Well, if you destroy the heart and they die, then yeah, I'd say so.
True. But you can kill a vampire's heart. A vampire's alive.
Ooh, no, they're undead.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. It's only with a stake, though. You need a stake. Vampire rules.
Vampire rules.
Yeah. What the rule that you didn't talk about yet as well, as they're leaving the island, was you're free to come and go, but if you don't come back, nobody's allowed to go looking for you. And I was like, okay, but say my kid goes out and they don't come back. The next day, I'm just going to be like, "You all right, Janice? I'm just popping out." And then Janice is like, "Are you going to look for your kid?" No, I'm not. Absolutely not. I'm just going out. I'm just going for my walk. Don't worry about looking for that kid. That's against the rules, Janice. I'm not doing that.
Is that what she said?
She's what she says.
Are we sure that's what she said?
Nobody's permitted to come looking for you. That's what she says.
I must have missed that. I thought she said like nobody's forced to look for you. Like there'll not be a rescue party. I didn't know that it was like you can't go looking for someone.
I'll go looking for them. Bullshit.
But you,
I'll be
yeah,
straight out looking.
that's so bizarre.
But well, maybe we'll come onto that in a bit, but that does explain other things later on, technically, if you think about it.
Okay, well, keep it under your hat and let us know when it comes up because I don't know where you're going with that one.
Okay.
So then we get them crossing the causeway and we get clips from medieval time and we get clips from 28 weeks later as well. Which I did Google, they are definitely from that film. I thought they were, and I just wanted to confirm that.
The sniper shots.
The sniper shots. So Jeremy Renner is in this film, technically.
Yeah.
And so is Michael from Lost and From.
Yeah. Wow. All these headcanons.
All these headcanons. And the only thing I kind of looked at this is like it's round and round we go, where it's like work and war, because that's what it shows. It just shows that it's a constant throughout history, regardless of the times. These two things never change, work and war.
That's good. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thanks. And then we get the Boots poem. I didn't like the Boots poem here. I thought it was really effective in the trailer. I think it's really poor here.
Forced.
Yeah, it's just like, it's not the point. Yeah. It's just, I don't get it. I thought it was really sort of, oh, we've got this license, like, we might as well put it in somewhere.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I've paid for this poem now. Like, fucking hell, let's throw it in there. Yeah. All these clips that you've mentioned, like in particularly the sort of medieval clips of the longbowmen, they felt so forced for me, so just randomly thrown in.
Yep.
I didn't like it at all. Totally, to my point earlier about, getting pulled out of the movie, like it pulled us out. I was like, I don't mind the odd one here or there, but it seemed to be throwing them left, right, and centre. And it just felt really dodgy, really discombobulating.
Yeah, it felt... I didn't like it. And I think I'm at a point now, right? Because of the world we live in where AI is everything, I start questioning stuff like this. I'm like, oh, is this a real clip? Or is this an AI clip that someone's thrown in and just made it look bad? Like, it's really bad because you just don't know what to trust anymore. And there's a certain sheen to AI stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, has this got that sheen? I'm like questioning stupid little things. I'm like, well, why have you thrown it? Have you just asked ChatGPT for some like videos of old timey stuff? And it's like, here's some people with bows and arrows. Like,
yeah,
bizarre. But you're right, it took me out of it as well.
I didn't like it. First bad check in the list of checks, I think, for me.
Will it be the only one, do you think?
Absolutely will not be.
All right, so we then come to our first kill. So we've got some zombies. And I'm telling you now, I can call them zombies because somebody in this film uses the word zombie. I don't know if you picked
I
up on it.
do.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say this, Tom, and
Yeah.
because you've mentioned it now, I'm going to go full hog on you.
Go for it.
You fucking owe me an apology. Because yeah.
Did I
because
go
I was
infection?
like,
Was I the infection movie
you were
guy?
like, this. I would call this an infection movie, and I was like, fuck off, it's a zombie movie. And now I think it's official. We can call 28 Days movies zombie movies because
Happy
they
with that.
call them zombies multiple
More than
times.
happy with that. I think it's locked in. It's a zombie movie. The first one's not, but I think going from the second one onwards, 100%, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So my problem with this scene is Aaron Taylor Johnson is like the guy. He knows everything. He's like on top of it. And he's like walking Spike to his first kill. He's like, you aim for the neck, it'll die. Even though 5 seconds ago it was head and heart. We'll go
Head and
neck.
heart.
We'll go anywhere, really.
Or neck. Yeah.
So he's like, there'll be others. Don't worry about it. I've got it looked out. And there's one sneaking up behind him. I'm like, look behind you. Like, do like a perimeter sweep or something. Like, what's going on here? Set some traps up. You've done nothing to protect your blind spot.
I also felt that it was like what a big fat one, and it was crawling through leaves. I'm like, you would hear that shit, man.
Yeah.
Like there was no sneaking up there.
So I think this is probably one of our first mutated guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
No explanation what it is. It's just I think he calls it a fat one. I think he actually says something like that. Yeah. So then Spike pulls the trigger, kills him. And then loads come, and we get some shots. What are your thoughts on these shots?
These fucking slow-mo shots. Horrific. Absolutely horrific. I hated these. The big check in the bad checklist now. Because what was the actual fucking point of doing these, Danny? Like, what, you just wanted to do it? You just wanted to do it just because you could? Oh my god, I could rant all day about this, you know.
If you're listening to the podcast, I will put a small clip up on screen if you do want to watch the video version, so you can see what clip we're talking about. But yeah, so me and Phil originally watched this film together. We had a bit of a date and we sat down and watched it. And when this happened, we both looked at each other and just went, "What's going on? What's happening?" The first time it happened, we kind of let it go. We were like, "Oh, that was weird," but then it kept happening. And obviously, on the second watch for the podcast, I've counted it happened 6 times, and it's ridiculous.
6 times.
6 times they pull that shot off. So it is. The best, if you're not watching the video, the best way I can describe it is, imagine the Matrix where Neo kind of like goes down and he's getting shot at, and it's like a really smooth shot. Imagine that, but in 2 frames per second.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of 2001, the one the technology back, Danny, because that's what they invented for the Matrix.
Yeah.
Where they just use still frames, and you've just been like, I can do that. I'll do that with zombies. They'll never know it's any different. I hate it. Yeah, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. To the point earlier about how the random scenes of medieval archers threw me out of this movie. Those little clippy bits of fucking spinning around the explosion of a neck totally threw me out as well. I hated them. I really did dislike those bits. 6 of them is too many.
Do you know what it looked like and what it reminded us of? It looked like an advert for a phone.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole film, not the whole film, parts of the film were done on an iPhone. Like, that was their big selling thing about having the new iPhone, and it would be like on this big camera, and that's what they would do. Yeah, I can tell you've used an iPhone because it looks terrible.
It's awful. Minging. Just unnecessary.
Really unnecessary. So they do all the business, they come out of the trees, and they're in a bit of a meadow.
I will say, though, I think you've missed one bit.
Go for it.
So, for maybe, when he kills the fatties, don't we see like a young fatty?
We do, yeah, sorry. So Aaron Taylor pulls his bow out to shoot something. It's a young girl.
Yeah, is this because again, this was like, to quote that synopsis, these horrors and wonders and mutations. Like, for me, that was like the little teaser of like, oh, like these ones are different. Like, they've got like sort of, if you've ever played like Left 4 Dead, you've got a boomer that
Yeah.
explodes, and you've got a jockey that humps your head. All these random ass ones. And for me, it was like a little sneak peek of, oh, there is different ones out there, and this is their own little sort of strain of infection that's different to the others, because they do look different. They're bollock naked, and they're rolling around in
And
the
they
mud
eating
eating
worms
worms.
as well.
Eating
Yeah,
worms, yeah.
it's which comes into it later. Like that's kind of their
Yeah,
habit, but you don't find out about them. Like even in the next film, they're never brought back.
yeah, yeah. But I did think, like, on my rewatch, I was like, it was interesting that this was almost the first instance where we see the infected afraid,
Yeah,
because that little girl was scared, like
she wasn't
almost,
keen, was she?
yeah, almost as if she'd seen her mum and dad get killed and had to run away because she was scared. Like, which again, good, like bit of development of this verse and changes, and but like it doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't really go anywhere. We don't
No,
get anything else from that.
we don't. No, yeah, good catch because I did forget about the little girl. Didn't even write it down. All right, so then we go to a farmhouse. Farmhouse that to me looks old, looks stable. But hey,
Right?
what do
Yeah,
I know about
yeah,
buildings? They go in and they keep saying really obvious things. Like I think the script is really bad for this film. They keep saying
yeah.
things like, "Son, it's always worth looking around." No shit. You're scavenging, like you're surviving. You have been for 28 years. Like, of course you would want to look around to see if there's any supplies. Like things are in dire straits.
Yeah.
And then he finds a frisbee and he goes, "Oh, but this is classes, son." Dad, what's that? You telling me that that kid doesn't have anywhere in Holy Island a little disc or something he can throw that has aerodynamics of a frisbee? However,
Kids never threw a ball.
kids never threw a ball. So we come across a body that's been strung up.
Yep.
Did you notice anything more about this in the second watch?
Was it the carving in his chest?
Did yeah, I didn't notice it the first time we watched it. It's quite quick though. It's not as obvious. So the carving, what is it?
It's Jimmy, doesn't it? I think.
I think it's hiding the J from it, but yeah, I think it is Jimmy. um, so again, this is where the script really takes a nosedive for me. Because that guy comes alive, so he's clearly infected, and Spike goes, Dad, what's wrong with him?" And he goes, "He's infected, Spike." And he goes, It's like,
Uh,
I. This is literally what the crack. Like, come on.
yeah.
You're 12 years old. You should know that infection means zombie. Like, how? It
And
just.
then his dad's screaming at him to kill it, isn't he? He's like, you can't do it. You can't do it. And it's like, it's almost like it's supposed to be like, character development, and we're supposed to empathize with Spike, which I get all that. However, 2 seconds ago, you were fucking shooting them for fun.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
killed one.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
this isn't your first kill anymore. Like, you should be over. Like, I'm not saying you should be 100% over it, but the horror of making your first kill is already being done. Like,
Yeah.
like the drama's now gone.
Because even the dad says, like, it'll get easier the more you do it. So, like, if he's done the first one, which should have been the most he complained, that should have been a more dramatic kill, the first one. And the second one should have been like, "Oh, I don't know, Dad, do it, Harry." Like, it should have been easier. It should show the progression of it getting easier. But unfortunately for Spike, things only get worse for him.
Is there any reason that you can think of that they couldn't have just put those scenes the other fucking way around in this movie?
No.
So he goes to the house first, has this big thing of like, oh, play with a frisbee. No, I need to kill this guy. Like, I can't do it, Dad. What's that? Ooh. And then 5 minutes later, then he's going to do this. I've got to make my first kill. Like, that would have, surely that makes more sense, right? In the, like,
100%.
in
No, I think
chronological order.
you're absolutely spot on with that. I never thought of it that way, and I think flipping those scenes would have changed the dynamic of this film.
Mhm.
So I put Aaron Taylor Johnson as just a prick, but I came back to this because at first I was like, "Oh, he's just horrible. Like he's just not a nice dude." And then I came back to it and I've actually wrote, I think it might be justified. I think his character probably makes more sense than a lot of other characters in this film. Because he's got to care for his wife all the time. He's got to be the breadwinner all the time. Like, and he's a young lad, and his wife's not and not that it should be the be all and end all, but she's not putting out, is she? Like, he's clearly got frustrations, and his kid is a bit of a wimp when it comes down to
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Plus, he's got to put on that accent all the time, which
He's
must
going
be
to put that
tiring as
accent
well.
all the time because
Yeah.
if they found out he wasn't a Geordie, they'd probably kick him off the island.
Yeah, lynch him, man.
So yeah, I just think that it's a bit like. Do you remember the conversation we had with Robert Carlyle where he killed his wife? He killed his wife in quotations, but actually he just ran away. It's kind of that same vibe
Yeah.
where I'm like, that's kind of justified. Like, I'm kind of with him.
Interesting. That's interesting. I also like the fact that you said that conversation we had with Robert Carlyle. Like, yeah, we just brought Robert on in the podcast and just had a little breakdown with him.
If you haven't listened to the last episode, you should go and listen to it. He does a really good Geordie accent. All right. So we're told about an alpha.
Yeah.
What's an alpha?
A big fuck off guy, basically.
They're smarter.
Who controls zombies? Is that smarter, stronger.
Yeah.
And
they do seem to be, in the term alpha, the pack leader of a wave. They're good at speaking to birds.
Yeah, we'll come on to that. Yeah.
Weird. Yeah, and again,
birds, as in, like, you know, avian variety, not the
both. We'll get a pregnant one later.
Well, yeah, that's true, right? Yeah.
Okay, so we're kind of showing this alpha. There's like is he on the hill at this point? He is, isn't he? He's just kind of watching.
Yeah.
And he sends
them out after him.
Yeah, he sends the horde. And they escape by getting into the attic. Then we get a dream sequence. Thought?
Remind me what happens in the dream sequence again?
I think he sees his mom in a field, and then there's some deers running, and I don't know if the deers running is real. And then like things start to shake, and I've just put house just collapses. That house is made out of brick. It's old. It's like a foundations. There's no way that chimney just goes the day they're there.
Yeah. It felt like it needed to be an earthquake, which obviously we don't get in Britain. Like, an earthquake would have explained it.
All right, so they're not on the run, aren't they? They've got to try and get across. We're told that the crossing isn't quite clear. It's ankle height or shin height, so they can pretty much do it. I'm sorry, but I would have fell off that crossing. There's no way. It wasn't clear enough for me. It was pitch black. So then General Ram sends his birds after them.
Fucking, you know what it is? I've wrote, he can control the krill in my notes. And the fact that because I can get away, like, to a degree, I'm like, I was trying to justify it as I was writing that to be like, all right, well, a group of crows is a murder. They follow death. It makes total sense that they follow the alpha around because they're going to get a meal. But they do just sort of swoop down as if they are attacking as well. And it's just fucking, it seems so, and it's not like 2 or 3 birds either. It's fucking thousands of them.
It's loads of them.
It's ridiculous.
It's bizarre.
Spike falls over as well.
Yeah, he does.
And the way in which he's like trying to get him up, I'm like, just fucking get him up. Like, what he is doing. Also, I feel like they still carry all the shit. Like the bags and the bow and everything. That would be the first thing I'd drop.
Yeah, you just drop it.
I'd be absolutely not. I am not going anywhere near this 9-foot guy with a massive megacock. Get away.
He's got a megacock, hasn't he?
Yeah. You're supposed to get this impression that Aaron Taylor-Johnson, the dad, is like, you know, an expert. Like, he knows what he's doing. It just felt all very much panicky. And for characters in like 28 Days Later, makes sense because it's like all new and like you don't know what's going on. Like, if reacting to stuff, but like this shouldn't be what's going on in this movie. Like, these should be like more skilled. Like, he knows how to kill them. He knows how to handle them. Fair enough, he doesn't want to fight a fucking General Ram from Gears of War. I wouldn't want to either. But you have a better plan than just, I'm gonna just like drag me son a bit in the waves. Like, nothing can go wrong here. Didn't like it. Not fun.
So for me, right, this whole first trip out is pointless. It's not needed. Like, why does he need his first kill? It's not needed at all. Like, put the kids on learning other more important things. Teach them how to be doctors, for God's sakes. Like, if they turned around and said, look, we're going to go to the mainland, like, Aaron Taylor Johnson and a couple of the other lads were like, we're going to try and go and get some, like, books because there's stuff we just don't know how to do. and we need to find this knowledge. The only thing I can think is go to a library. We'll get to the library. We'll find some stuff. We'll bring it back. And if on that mission they encountered an alpha, and it was like the first time they met an alpha, that would be much better storytelling because we are first meeting an alpha through this character, and it'd be like, shit, what the fuck is that? Like, that is a big bloke, and he's like controlling these zombies, nothing like it. And if he was like came across the doctor guy and been like, you know, oh, I'm a doctor, blah blah blah, and then got back injured, told his kid like, oh, I met this doctor, and he's like, could he help me, mom? I don't know, son. Like, it's those alphas are horrible. We shouldn't ever leave here again. And he goes off on the mission. Then that would have just made more sense. I don't know.
Is enough of a like because I hear what you're saying, but 28 years later feels like you should be thrust in the story. Maybe he's at that point.
Yeah, like I said, I just feel like that first trip was unjustified. I just don't see the point in sending Spike out to kill something.
Maybe it is purely just the idea of he's trying to drag him out of childhood too soon. Because they say he's too young, he's only 12, like they're only 14, and he's like, nah, he's old enough, he's fine. Like, so maybe it's just that. Because that is the kind of theme of this movie of like, you know, getting like outside your comfort zone and being forced to do things. So, don't know. Interesting take though. Gateshead Library could have made an appearance as well.
Could
That'd
have.
be funny.
I don't know if there's a library in Gateshead. I just couldn't think of where there's a library that I know of. All right. So then, yeah, we've got a party, haven't we?
My Spike's coming home party. Yeah.
Spike's coming home party. To show that he's a man, that he's killed a zombie. Yeah.
I think this is the point in which the dad starts to get portrayed in a different light because he's sort of embellishing the story, lying to
Which
make Spike
is,
look better.
again, like, that's a dad thing to do, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, but you can see Spike looking at him and being like, "That's not what happened. Like,
Dad, that's not what happened, Dad. Stop it, Dad.
What happened, Dad? I pissed myself, Dad." But yeah, he starts to. I think you start to see a different side to the dad at this stage.
Yeah, he's getting hammered. He almost died. You know, he's getting pissed. This is where I changed my opinion. I was like, oh, he's just, you know, he's brushed with death. He's getting his leg over, whatever. Like, it's clearly not happening anymore to him. And then Spike sees it and he's like, oh, nah, you've betrayed me, mom. It's like, he has, I guess. But I feel like Spike just flips on him so quickly. Like, he doesn't even, like, give him a day to stew on it. He's just like, nah, Dad, you need to leave. Like, you need to get out of your own house.
Yeah.
Aye. So key points from this kind of bit here. I don't think there's much to touch upon other than the introduction of Kelson off screen. So Spike goes home and Sam, who is not Sean Bean, is there watching the mom. Spike says, oh, you can leave now. I'll take over. Tells him that he saw fire. And then Sam says, oh, that's probably Kess. He's from Whitley Bay. He's a doctor. Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
So then he asks his dad the story. And me and you had a joke about this, like, when we first watched it. And you know what it is? I'm doubling down on the point now. So the dad tells the story about how him and some comrades were, like, out and about. And Kelson, the doctor, is lined all these bodies up and he's just setting fire to them. Like, he's putting them on the pit. And they're like, nah, we just smelled death. It was just awful. Like, it was just horrible. It was like, you know, what do we do? We just left because he's mental. It's like, but he's a doctor. He's probably stopping a further plague from happening by burning the bodies. Like, that is what I would expect to happen with bodies that have had infection.
Yeah. Is it really that, like, a shock and a sight to see in a zombie apocalypse world people burning bodies?
Nah.
It doesn't feel like it's, and they were all also like neatly laid out, and I think they were covered with sheets as well.
Yeah, he was like doing it
And it was like,
respectively.
yeah, like, oh, horrifying.
And he like waved it down. It was fucking disgusting. Like what?
Didn't he say at any point like, I've never seen anything like it? And I'm like, what have you been doing? It's a zombie apocalypse land. You're fucking shooting zombies, and that's the most shocking thing is seeing a fucking cremation.
And like Kelson was probably going, oh lads, like thank God you're here. I've got like hundreds of bodies to get
2,000
through.
bodies to do.
Like, come down, give us a hand. And they're just
Yeah.
like, nah,
Oh.
mate, you're all right.
Yeah. I would have not been scared. Like, of course, I would have been a bit like wary, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't have been like, this is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I feel like the fat ass zombie eating worms is weirder
Yeah.
than this happening.
But I just feel like that, you would have looked at the sides. I think he was wearing gloves. He looked like a doctor. And like
Yeah.
in my head, I'd have been like, shit, he might be a medical guy. Like, we need one of those. Like, they're a dime a dozen. He should come with us. We should probably like make friends. Bizarre. So I'm gonna move into Act 2. Is there anything you want to talk about with Act 1?
No, I think we're good. I think so far, I think we are fully in alignment, which is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes rare, but we seem to be on the same page here.
All right. So Act 2, Mission 2. We're going back to the mainland. Spike sets a fire so that he can take his mom to see Dr. Kelson. But then we have the portals in the UK. Because we go to Sycamore Gap. So that is straight west. Straight west from Holy Island. And then we go to Fountains Abbey, which is straight south. Do you know how many miles that whole trip would be?
I don't. How many miles is it, Tom? Do you like Tom the sat nav here?
Honestly, I was on my map when I was watching the phone. I was like, I need to find their journey. I'm gonna put it on the screen. Actually, I've got a screenshot of it. I took a screenshot.
Spike is really shit at directions.
Yeah. So my justification for why they go all over the shop is he gets lost. It's the only justification I've got that he doesn't know where he's going, even though like him and his dad found that place like in a day.
Which is I think is fine.
I think it does justify it. Yeah, I can get behind it. But part of us is thinking, did someone just want to throw some bits and pieces in this film and be like, look, guys, listen, you go.
Touristy. Come see this tree that's not there anymore, unfortunately.
So then we go to Fountains Abbey, and Alfie says to his mom, I'll stay awake, you get some rest, I'll keep an eye out. Within 2 seconds, he falls asleep, and he is attacked by a worm eater guy. And then we find that the worm eater has a bag put in his head, and the next scene, he's dead. And we're like, oh my God, what's done this? Like, is this going to be like an underlying mystery in the film?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And then like 2 seconds later, we see a scene where the mother just does it.
The mom does it, yeah.
And it's like, okay.
Yeah. What was the actual point in that little mystery for 2 seconds?
And I remember saying this to you, like, I thought when I first saw this that, the mom's faking it. Like, there's nothing wrong with her. It's all put on, and it's just not. It's a really bad scene.
Yeah. It's just about. Yeah, we don't need to psychoanalyze it too much. It's just a bit shit. It's just a little bit shit. I did think it was like, is this going to be like the hidden like thing of like, the mom's actually a badass and she's just ill?
Yeah.
But no, she's just a raggy northerner, like most of us, like
with a little bag, like
with a netto bag. But the fact it reveals it almost as quickly as you see it was a waste of fucking time.
Bizarre, very bizarre. So we get a little scene, and I call this the pacifier scene because it is to pacify the audience because we've not seen a zombie in fucking ages. Like, we've not seen any form of infected like properly do anything in ages. So we get the foreign soldiers who are being attacked by infected, and they come face to face with Samson, the Alpha. I like Samson. I think he's probably the best character in this new franchise.
Right.
I like him.
He's good. Good character, yeah.
I would like to have seen more Alpha stuff. Like, I wanted to like have them spy on some zombies, and then you see an Alpha like challenge another Alpha or something. You know what I mean? Like, put that shit in there. It'd have been so cool.
They don't seem to fight each other though.
No, they don't. So is there just multiple Alphas?
Well, yeah, just Alphas dicking about. Everybody's got their own territory, I guess.
Dicking about. Did you say that on purpose?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I did.
Like it. Anyway, come back to our heroes, and we're the Angel of the North. We're now up to 282 miles on a 4-day, 8-hour road trip. He's fucking lost.
Yeah.
And we come to, so there's, throughout this, like, not really happens. There's like a bit where you see the mom talking about a dad and how like she gets confused that Spike is the dad and stuff like that. Just showing that she's like really getting worse. It's not poignant. I'm not really asked.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I don't know if you had any sort of link into this character.
No, I've got no attachment.
Yeah.
Like there's not enough. There's not enough connection there. There's not enough development. I don't think.
No.
We're. I suppose because we've jumped between he's out of his dad. Now his dad's a dick. Now he's out of his mom, but we haven't really seen anything of his mom until before she was in bed for a bit. I'm not. I don't feel very invested at this stage. I don't think.
No. And then where do we end up? What's the establishment we go to?
Is it the garage?
It is. It's your favorite, right?
I love these little bits because you see it's a similar thing in 28 days later, where they put the sign up saying help me or help here.
Just help. Yeah, it's just help.
But when they first spell it, it says hell. Great. And same thing here. It's a shell garage. I don't even think you noticed, Tom.
I didn't
Shell
the first
garage.
time, no.
Yeah, but the S has fell off, so it just says hell. Fantastic. Big tick in the good column now. Well done. You saved yourself,
Really?
yeah, that's
Oh,
great.
I've put this film's so smart and like put a sad face. I didn't like it. I just thought it was really fucking stupid.
I think it was great. I mean, what happens in the garage is another matter.
Oh,
but
with the blue gas,
blue gas,
which looks bad. Is that right?
Really
What's
bad.
happening here with this blue gas? Is it practical? It's not, is it? It can't be.
Why wouldn't it be?
It doesn't look real. So I was watching with my partner, and she was kicking off by this point. By the way, like I've not even mentioned her, but she really did not like this film. And she was like, "What's that blue stuff?" And I went, "Oh, you'll see." And she went, "Well, what is it? It looks stupid." And I went, "I know it does. I know it does."
I mean, I don't know what like corroded gas looks like though. That's the thing. So maybe it does look like that after 28 years. I'm not sure.
Did you catch the 28 days later Easter egg?
Coca-Cola vending machine?
It's Tango.
Tango. Oh, it was the face. Tango man face.
Tango man face. Yeah. So in the first film, Jim asks, "Have you not got Tango?"
Remember getting tangoed in school?
Not really. No, that never happened in my school.
You know what that was?
You just throw Tango off someone, right?
Fucking hell, no. My God.
What's getting tangoed?
You're too posh. You're too posh for me, Tom.
This sounds terrifying.
Did you remember the first ever advert of getting tangled was a big fat guy? They looked a little bit like the worm eaters, to be fair, except he's bright orange.
Mm-hmm.
And he tapped you on the shoulder, and then when you turned round, he'd smack both your cheeks. Boom. Ba-doom, like with both hands. And that was called getting tangled.
I don't remember that, no.
Oh my God, they banned it. They banned the advert because they used to do it in school, and some kid got his eardrum bust open.
Shit.
Because it just fucking smacked him on the head with both hands, full force. Bust his eardrum. So they changed it to a kiss. So you like grab the face and you kiss your hand, and that was called getting tangled.
That's
but there you go.
That's bad.
Fun fact.
I like it. All right, so they go in. The soldier who's left from the unit that's being chased by the Alpha, he comes in. He drops a grenade. Does he drop a bomb? Does he shoot? He shoots. Shoots, sets the gas off. They're all fine, luckily. Plot armor and all that. They come out. They're having a chat. He's a bit of an arse, and I think it's because he's realized he's stuck here now. Like, because even if he's not from here, he can't leave. Like, that's it. He's on the island. And there's like a scene where he has a chat with Spike about the situation, asks about the mom, blah 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 blah, and he goes through his iPhone, by the way.
He does.
And he talks to Spike about like his friend being a delivery driver, and he goes, "Oh, you won't know what that is." And I'm like, he can't put one and one together that something that drives and something that delivers is someone who does that job. What we're talking about. And then he says, "Oh, you won't know what the internet is," which I'm like, yeah, fair enough, he probably won't, but surely someone would have taught him what the internet was. But like, oh, by the way, like this is something we did and had, like history lesson, no?
By the way, kid, this is something you'll never get. It was so good.
That's so good. I mean, you could. You just have to turn it on.
How would you turn the internet on, Tom, if it was 28 years in the future with zombies kicking about?
Well, I'm not going to share that information on pod because then
Alright,
what if there is a thing and people are like,
that's fair.
oh, Tom's got the answer? Like, yeah, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I'll call up Sky and turn my internet back on now. All right, so the thing I didn't like about this scene, actually, I've re-gone through my notes. There's a scene where he shows Spike his phone, and Spike's like straight away, like, kid asking if you've got games on your phone. He's like, whoa, what's that? Like, that looks cool. I'm like, okay. But then he goes and shows him the picture of his girlfriend, and he makes a comment about how modern girls who are not in the quarantine are like, look like they've been infected by shellfish. I'm like, whoa, I'm really glad that this film's got a commentary on that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, again, just feels lazy and like a cheap shot.
Yeah.
I wasn't keen. I didn't. I've wrote down here, I don't feel like this film's got anything interesting to say.
Is it all just too, like, easy for you? Is that the problem?
It's by the numbers.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything more than 28 Days did. And 28 Days is from 2001. Like, there's so much that's happened in the world. And you've got COVID to pull from, and the film doesn't do that. Like, it could have had simple things like people washing their hands more, like people wearing masks. Like, they could have done and really leaned into that most recent sort of thing we all went through. And it just doesn't.
Yeah. But it's going down the route of, well, I don't know. Is the commentary on the girl with the duck lips anything too much? Is it just like it's supposed to be a gag?
It is supposed to be a gag, but I don't know. Maybe for a film that's had no gags in it, I feel like it's really weird to just put one in.
Okay.
Like, put the odd joke in here and there, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I love that he just launches his phone as well.
Yeah,
After
as if
dies
that's
apparently.
never going to be a thing again. Like,
Yeah.
all right. I feel like that's probably it for Act 2. I feel like we'll probably. Well, I feel like I've sort of rambled through a bit of it. Again, my take on this film isn't great at the minute, but it might get better in Act 3.
Okay.
All right, we've got the Pregazom.
Yeah.
So we hear like a sound, like someone screaming. We did see the pregnant woman earlier in a like sort of flash scene. And it was almost for a shock value of just showing there's a pregnant zombie. And I'd never thought anything more was going to come of that, if I'm honest with you. I thought it was just to show like the variations. But we come back to her. We're on this train. So we see that this woman is in labor. And Isla comes up to her and kind of like puts her hands out, and then they hold hands. And I did think this was quite interesting. That instinct came over the virus, which proved, I guess, to your point, they're not dead.
Yeah.
There is something still there. There is still basic instinct there. And this woman was going through that basic instinct of giving birth, which overcame the rage. And then we have a zombie baby. And the guy calls it a zombie baby that's born.
Yeah. Confirming it is a zombie movie.
So as soon as the woman gives birth, she does turn back to a normal infected, and he blasts her.
It's funny though, like just before you get into that, like the mom helps her deliver, and then wipes the baby, and meanwhile the Swedish guy's standing in the back going, "What the fuck is going on?" Which I would probably be the same. It's weird because my first instinct, if I was the mom delivering it, would have been to give the baby to the zombie.
Yeah, me too.
Like, and then when I watched it back, I was like, actually, that would have been the worst thing to do.
No,
because,
it would, yeah.
yeah, would you just have started fucking eating the baby and ripping it apart? But like that's always what they say, isn't it? Like when the baby's born, like they need that skin to skin, they need to get the bonding, they need to obviously get the milk off the mother. So straight away, I was like, those things like that would be my first instinct to do that. But then when she wakes up a bit, she seems to just go back to being
feral, yeah,
feral and infected, yeah. And then gets sort of accidentally killed.
I mean, he definitely did it on purpose. I don't think it was any accident about it.
Maybe not.
So then Samson comes in, and then Spike shouts, "Get off the train!" And I've wrote, "Get off the metro!"
Get off the metro now! Why did they not do that?
Why did they not do that? I mean, he wouldn't know what the metro is. Well, no, he wouldn't. No, he'd have no clue. But
Do you know what
I
a train is then? Like, same difference.
same difference.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
Enter the Doctor.
Is this the drugging of Samson?
It is, yeah.
Um, Interesting. He drugs him, and then he's sort of standing there, all phased out, and then this is when we actually learn his name, because I think then doesn't the doctor say like, "I've called this one Samson"
Yeah,
and
he
stuff?
does.
Because
Yeah,
obviously we don't know he's Samson up until this point. Um, but like then we sort of see it, and then Spike starts to give him the story, and I feel like Spike's explanation is so like vague as to what's going on.
yeah,
He's like, we're here. Like, we found it's me and the baby, and like, there's no context to
no,
any of what's going on. Oh, to me, it's a pretty big fucking deal that it's a baby. Doesn't seem that Spike doesn't seem that bothered by it, but also then doesn't seem to be super keen to talk about his mom, which I think if as a 12-year-old kid, I feel like he should be. He should be like desperate to kind of get the doctor to help him, because of that sort of naivety of it, which does come into play later on. But he's really calm and collected,
yeah.
given all the circumstances. I think, which did feel a little bit weird. Maybe the script isn't great here.
No, it's not. There's no urgency about it, especially because we're wrapping up, like, more or less. The film's in its final act now. Um, and yeah. I think it does pay it off a little later, though, where he finds out what the outcome's going to be, and he's like, we've traveled all this way. And there is a bit of drama there, which I think, to be honest, is this the best part of the film, this last act? Maybe. Because I feel like
Mm.
we'll get some stuff, we'll get some concepts, we'll get some, like, actual weight to the story. Because everything before then is just, it's the Lord of the Rings without any good bits. Because
Interesting.
it's just
Yeah.
people walking along.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So he says, we'll talk, but not here. And he takes him back to his bone temple. Kelson kind of goes through a bit with Samson. He says, oh, yeah, I found that morphine does this. I found that if I ionize my skin, it does this. That's great, right? But I've put, this is the Tony Stark situation. Like, he's done this in a fucking cave. What are the
Yeah.
people in the globe doing? Like, there's surely some doctors that have, like, figured this out as well with all the equipment they've got. Like, surely this is cured by now if they're introducing, like, semi-deterrent things.
But I think that's the whole idea of the undertone of the movie, which is the world's cut off Britain. Like, we
Yeah.
don't want anything to do with Britain. Like, fuck, it's almost as if like, thank God they're sorted. Like, we don't have to worry about them anymore. Like, keep them out. And the reverse is true as well. Like, people aren't allowed to go to Britain.
Yeah, so they can't get examiners. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. I just feel that everything that he's done, like, I just feel like there is organizations that would have been a bit more like, we should probably try and do something about it. There's definitely resource in Britain, you know what I mean? There's stuff that they could have taken. There's a bit of land as well. It's free land. I don't know. I feel like there needs to be more of an obvious reason as to why people aren't coming in or why
There's a
people aren't
bunch of shell garages there, just ready for the taking.
exactly the amount of petrol. That's probably all off,
Yeah.
like, but you know,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it was the example of 28 weeks where they sent in the US military and it obviously wasn't contained. They don't want to have that happen again.
Yeah.
Okay, so they go back to the Bone Temple, they cross a bridge, and the doctor said this keeps them out. I'm like, how?
Yeah, I know. It's bullshit.
How does this keep them out? It's
Yeah.
absolutely stupid. It's about the same height as the crossing was with that Alpha just fucking scrolled across.
It's a mild stream, I'd say. Like, it's fuck.
I bet Kelson was so happy. He was just like, I've got some deterrence or two.
Yeah.
Like, look at my bridge.
Yeah. Oh man, it's not like rabies rules where they're scared of water. It's just a stream.
Just a
Yeah,
stream.
just keeps them
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Bullshit.
I do like the Bone Temple. I think there is some really good sort of bits in this.
Mm.
Especially when it talks about life and death, and it's there is a better message here of, look, we're all gonna die, but it's what we do with our times, how we represent it. I think what it does really well, because we see all these bones and these skeletons that have been like hung, and they're all identical. And I think the message that it tries to portray here is, look, doesn't matter like how angry you are, or how sad you are, how depressed you are. Inside, we're all built of the same stuff. I do think that message is there, and it's not as spelled out for you as it is with the other messages that it kind of rams on your throat. I think this one's a bit more like good imagery.
Hmm.
So I did like this bit. I thought the tick boxes started happening here. So yeah, Spike gives him the lowdown, doesn't he, and says, "Look, I'm here because my mom. Can you find out what's wrong with her? I heard you're a doctor, all that stuff." And he observes she's got cancer.
Yeah.
So then he delivers news to Spike. We're running through this because like there's stuff happening, but it's like giving him the lowdown. Really, he tells Spike, "Look, it's terminal. Now what we can do. Sorry, kidder." And then through a look, it's agreed that the mom has to die.
Yeah.
Like this, she like gives him a nod. It's like, oh, like just calm the lad down, give him some of your morphine. And then she's like, all right, I guess I'll go die now then, eh?
Also, like she's in and out of this like state of lucidness and not lucidness. Maybe she was in that state. She was like, "Yeah, I'm ready to die," and then 5 minutes later, she's like, "What's happening?
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
is he not at
exactly.
school? What's going on?" Like, this does feel very rushed.
It's a
This
bit
whole
warm.
decision.
It's a bit warm. They give the kid the baby, and he's on drugs.
Not even in like a cot or like
No,
a box. Just hold this baby,
hold
drunk
this baby.
child.
Yeah,
We're going to
exactly.
go murder people.
You've never been on morphine before, kid. No, right? Well, hold this baby. It's the first thing you
Hold
should
you.
do.
Yeah.
So yeah, he does all the stuff, like he does the ritual, and then he tells Spike like, "Oh, find a place for us, Spike." And I would be livid, by the way, if he'd put me on the top. I'd be like, "I'm not that important. Like, I shouldn't go on the top here, Spike. Like, come on."
I would be in bits. Like if some guy just brought me mum's skull that was 2 seconds earlier from my perspective. He was just
Aye.
kicking about.
So, like I said before, there is the same way. It's like there's got to be something you can do with come on this way, and it is quite like tense. And it's like, oh, like no one else gonna happen. And then like you're right when he gives the skull, he's like, "All right."
All right. Hiya, mum. Like, I'd be in absolute bits.
Yeah, you would be. Didn't even get to say goodbye. It was just like, yes, mom's skull. What other parts do you want?
Yeah. Oh, we made the joke, man, first time I watched it about like, so that baby, is that you? Are you using this skull, little baby?
Aye. Just bizarre.
Very sad though. Very
It
emotional
is
scene.
really sad, but it doesn't have time to breathe. I think
No.
you're right. The film has a real pace problem. It just doesn't breathe at all.
Yep. Doesn't it's like emotional, but to me, like it doesn't. Maybe if it was a daddy-daughter relationship, because I've got two daughters, maybe that would have more triggered me and got me emotional. But it didn't. It didn't. I think the acting of the kid is like pretty good in the movie. There's no issue. But like,
Yeah, yeah.
was he asked to not be upset here? Was that his direction given? Because really, I think he fucking should have been
Should have
really
been.
upset.
Yeah, he
Like
should
he
have been.
should.
He should have been in bits because, like,
Yeah.
again, he's put himself out of his way. He's like turned his back on his tribe for this woman that he's like trying to save, and it was all for nothing. Like, you'd be like, "Oh, put me in the fire too." Then,
Yep. Yep.
and the alpha comes back, mixes some shit up, and basically gets over that bridge that was really hard to cross.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then Spike drugs him, and then Ralph Fiennes turns around and goes, "I think you should probably leave her." Like,
Yeah. I think it's time for you to fuck off now.
I've not had a problem with
Like,
this bloke until you've come with this baby.
but then I think the underlying thing the whole time was, is that Alpha trying to get the baby? Is that what we're trying to establish here? Is that the hidden message? But apparently not. Apparently it's not trying to do that. It does feel very much like he should be, based on the way the whole this idea of, it's, to quote the synopsis, it's mutating them. It's, wonders are happening.
Yeah, and
None of that's really happening here, actually. Yeah, pregnant ones is new, and an alpha's new, but that's as far as it goes. It doesn't go any further than that.
and if that baby had been like immune or something, like, and that was going to carry on the story, that would have been like, all right, yeah. So what you're saying is we need to get these infected people pregnant to then, get stuff, and there could have been like a whole breeding thing, which would have been dark as hell, but it would have been like, at least something to kind of progress. But the
No, it's just those double coloured eyes, guys, that are immune. Don't forget.
hetero Femia. Heterochromia.
Heterochromia.
Oh, I was close.
Heterophemia? What's
I
that?
don't know. I can't remember.
Necrophilia, Tom? What's that?
So then Spike takes the baby back to Holy Island. He gets there in record time, by the way. He doesn't pass
He does
any
that.
other things. Puts the baby in a basket and says, "This baby's is from an infected, but they're not infected. Why tell them that? Why
Yeah,
tell them
just don't
that?
say any
Just
shit, yeah.
don't say a thing because they'll be like, we're not taking this baby that's come from an infected. Absolutely not."
No. Nah.
All right. So then while this is all happening, there's like a dialogue happening over the top of it from Spike, and they're playing music, but it's not the 28 Days music. It's like that. I don't think that features in the entire film, and I thought this would have been the place they featured it to show like he's like taking on the mantle. But it is some intense music. He shoots an infected, Morecambe. He's like, "Oh shit!" So he runs. He gets to a pile of rocks and goes, "Oh well, I'm fucked there.
I can't. There's no way I can get past this
There's
file.
no way I could scramble."
This is like PS1 wall
Yeah,
type
exactly.
of thing.
Like their way is blocked, unfortunately.
The door's locked here. I better find a key and come back later.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
So then he's like surrounded you like, oh my god, he is gonna die. Tom was right about like the mom being the one spread at him this whole time.
yeah.
And then we get the introduction of Jimmy.
Would do.
Talk about Jimmy.
My brain couldn't quite comprehend what was happening the first time I watched this because I was like, this is Jimmy Savile, but surely it's not Jimmy Savile, but it is Jimmy Savile. Why? But also, why is it Jimmy Savile? What is going on?
How's
Very
that?
mixed emotions on this scene. How's that?
How's that? Yeah. So he says, "Do you mind? Very good shot. Do you mind if we give you a hand?" And he's like, hold, and then like his little ninjas jump out. Are they
They do.
Power Rangers or are they?
Yeah, they're Power Rangers. Yeah.
So they're not Teletubbies, are they?
Well, I don't remember the Teletubbies flipping about.
No, I know. So they are Power Rangers. How many is there? Because of the first watch, I wasn't asked about how many there was, but the second watch I counted, and I didn't get them all. Is there more than
Well,
6?
There should be 7, shouldn't there?
Should be 7, including Jamie, right?
Yeah.
I
Jimmy and
think
his
there's
7
more.
fingers. Do you think there's more?
I think there's more. I don't know. I was trying to see if the actors / actresses carried over. I think they did.
I'm assuming they did. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did. So yeah, and then some of the stunt work they're doing, you pointed this out the first time, there's some jumps they do that are just really shit. Like, it looks dire.
It's all pretty good. It's like a bit ridiculous, like they're doing backflips and shit. But it's all pretty passable until the main Jimmy slides down the pole. And it's like a 1 foot drop, essentially.
And he looks like he really struggles with the stunt
really
as
struggles with
well.
it.
It's
Yeah.
like he's going, oh.
Oh. And then it took him 5 goes, and he was like, nailed it on that go. That was the take. That's the take. And he's like, that's a wrap, guys. That's perfect. That looks so cool, Jimmy. Yeah, I didn't like it.
And they're playing a heavy metal song that talks about the Teletubbies in the
Oh, the
background.
Teletubbies? Yeah, you were right, yeah.
Bizarre. And then it finishes the film with him going, how's that? Let's be pals.
Yeah.
And he's got an upside down cross that he's wearing.
He does. Yeah.
All right. What are your thoughts on the film?
Well, I want to cast your mind back to our predictions.
Okay.
And also the hype that we had seeing that trailer for the first time.
First trailer was really good.
Amazing. I was so hyped for this movie. And I finished it incredibly disappointed in this movie.
Yeah.
Really disappointed, unfortunately.
So I remember we watched the first trailer and we both said like that was a really good trailer. It doesn't need to do anything else. And then when the second trailer came out, we said, what do we think the second trailer is going to be? And I said, it just needs to show a scene. That's all it needs. Just one scene of like some kind of bit of scare, set the tone of the film. It didn't do that. It kind of gave a lot more than it needed to. And it kind of dampened my expectations of the film a little bit. Not massively though. but I couldn't have expected the disappointment of this film that it was. Because it, for me, I'm going to go through my sort of my synopsis notes now. Is the film has nothing to say. It's a waste. It meanders. Spike's hate for his dad is unjust. The script is shit. The music is great, and the journey makes no sense. It looks bad. Meh.
Meh is a good. You know what it is? I'd say meh if it wasn't for the forced fucking still frame shots and the random ass clips. Like that just made it just feel just like a poor movie for me. Just maybe I was too hyped. Maybe I'd put too much on a pedestal.
So I'm going to share my screen. And those at home, obviously, you'll just see this anyway. Just to show the tier list. For reference of the conversation. So yeah, what is your overall thoughts on the film then? Like in comparison, like with lore, all that kind of stuff.
Well, we've got 28 weeks at a D and 28 days at a B tier.
Yeah.
So it's hard to not compare them.
That's what
And
we're
I'm
doing.
really,
That's the job.
well, yeah, no, but it's hard to like just score it on its own and think where would I put it on its own. And
But remember, the whole point of this, of our exercise, is we're looking to see on the franchise as a whole where this falls. Like, if someone is a massive fan of 28 Days Later, do we tell them you should push through because it gets better?
yeah, because you have to watch. Do you have to watch all of them? Technically, I guess you
Nah,
do.
I don't think
But
you do. I don't think you need to watch any of them. I think this film can. I think this film can stand on its own.
okay, yeah, I suppose it could. Yeah, it could.
It doesn't do
Um,
enough to sort of reference the older films. It doesn't reference them at all, actually.
no, it
The,
doesn't. Yeah,
the only reference is footage that you wouldn't know is from that film.
it's footage. Yeah. Um, for me, like if I take away the shit I didn't like, I'd probably put this at a solid C for all of the
Ooh.
things. So, do I think it's
Ooh.
better than a 28 weeks? You know what it is? I probably don't. I'd probably put it in a D tier as well.
Ooh.
It's a low C or a D for me.
All right,
Where do you
so
see this, Tom?
I definitely do not think this is better than 28 Weeks Later. And we did not like 28 Weeks Later, but
No,
at least 28 Weeks Later knew what it was. It was an action film. It knew what it
wasn't
was.
trying.
It had the
Yeah.
budget. It just wanted to be a popcorn movie in the cinema. Didn't add anything to the lore, fair enough. It kind of referenced the older ones. I think there was a scene with Jim, like a flashback scene or whatever. For me, this film is just, it doesn't know what it is. It's just, it doesn't know how to treat the franchise. And I didn't like it at all. For me, I'd want to boost the other two films up a peg. So put 28 Days in an A, put 28 Weeks in a C, and put this in a D.
Wow. I'd be happy with that. Yeah, that makes sense.
But we've also given an F out before. Do you know what we give an F out for?
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is it. That is dog shit.
Yeah, but is this a worse film than that?
Oh, nah, I don't think it is.
Do you
There's
know?
a special place in hell for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
But Kingdom of the Crystal Skull at least plays around with the lore. This doesn't.
Yeah. But you said it yourself. It's a standalone. You can watch it without
Yeah,
needing to
it
watch
is.
the other
It's to
one.
bring in new people because it's been like
Yeah.
24 years since the film came out, which is fair. Okay. Well, with that then, are you happy to put it in a D and move everything else up?
Do you really think 28 Weeks Later is better than 28 Years Later?
I've watched 28 Weeks Later like 3 times. Like once for the podcast and 2 just normally. And I could easily watch it again. This, I will never fucking see this film ever again. I'm telling you that now.
Oh, here's a little fun fact for the fans. I found this on it's the year of our Lord, the 11th of February, as we record this, and I found this movie 28 years later in a charity shop for £1 last week. So isn't that interesting that it's already in the charity shops and people might have felt the same way as you, Tom, being like bought it, being like, this is shit, straight to the charity shop. Not even sell it.
Get
Charity
this
shop.
away from my 28 weeks film, please.
Yeah.
It's
Let me
infecting
trade it
it.
into a charity shop and buy 28 weeks later instead.
I even think the poster for I've not got the poster up, but I'm sure the poster for 28 years later is dog shit compared to these two.
I don't know. It's all. I feel like you know what it is. I think the reason you're saying D is because to go all the way back to the start of this in the synopsis, it probably feels like we're being lied to. It feels like
Oh
this
yeah, we've
film
been
should be
conned.
more than what it should be, and it's just Danny Boyle just having an excuse to play with iPhones and do some fucking stupid shots for no reason at all. So yeah, fuck it. Let's say it.
So
What a shock.
before you do it, right? I'm looking at the notes from 28 weeks later. I've put,
Mm.
does the canon move forward at the start? It does, but apart from that, no. Characters are all unlikable. Zero artiness compared to the first film, which I think this film tries a bit of art in it, but
Yep.
what if that succeeds is a different story. The music was overused. So they used the 28 Days music, and they don't use it in this film, which I think's worse off. Our biggest problem with this was no way another infection would have started because there would have been a protocol in place since the first one.
yeah.
But it's quite laughable now to think about it because I'm like, whatever. They just need an excuse to make people shoot zombies. There was the terrible helicopter scene, which you didn't like, which I really liked.
I fucking hate that scene.
Um,
But what do I hate more? Do I hate that scene more or the fucking still frame scene?
even though we've just watched it, it's unforgettable. It is a very it's a forgettable movie. It is very forgettable, but this is not a forgettable movie for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah. I think I'd put them on par, if not a little bit worse.
This film is a C, but only if 28 Days is an A, otherwise it's a D.
Okay.
I'm fine to go put them both on D. I think they're both terrible films for different reasons, but I would happily watch 28 Weeks Later again over this.
Okay. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Let's not overcomplicate it. 28 weeks and 28 years are both D.
Cool. Right, let's do the Bone Temple now. Nah, I'm joking. Cool. Right, that's that all done. So
And also for those listening, this isn't like we're not hard fast on this. We are open to discussion. If you disagree, that's totally fine. And everybody's entitled to opinion. This is just the two Canon Foddery guys having their own say on it. It's not right or wrong.
put it in the comments. I'll happily have a discussion with you, and tell you why you're wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd love to see some engagement from you guys. That'd be really nice. I guess one question I've got for you before we wrap this film up is: did you get the Wilhelm scream?
Ooh. Was it the soldiers?
There wasn't one.
If you were going to know the classic Tom feature, where would you put the Wilhelm scream in this movie?
Ooh. You know what I would have done? I've got it. So, you know when it kept showing the medieval footage?
One of them.
I would have just put the scene in from the original Wilhelm. Just put it in there, because why the fuck not? Like, have them shoot the arrow, and the guy just gets shot and does the scream.
Yeah. And also would have matched in with the old timiness of it. Yeah.
All right, we'll do a quick segment. This is called 28 Years Later? Question mark? So I'm going to show you some films. You have to tell me if it's from 97, 98, or 99. If it's from 98, it will be 28 years later. On the far right, you can see there is an Oscar. So there is the Oscar winner for each year as well in this list. It is random.
Okay.
I might need you to write these down as to your picks so that I know if they're correct or not. All right. Does that make sense, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
It'll make sense when we do the first two. All right, so, bam. American Beauty. Is American Beauty a 97 film, 98 film, 99 film? And if it is, did it win an Oscar? For best film, by the way, that's the Oscar we're looking at.
Not best audio editing that we've established as a dog shit Oscar to win.
It is a dog shit Oscar. All right, so yeah, it is either a 98 film, 99 film, or 97 film. I'll give you the poster again in case you want to get some clues.
Great poster.
Great poster.
Good movie. I'm gonna guess 98 for American Beauty,
And here for American Beauty, we're slotting it in.
and it could be best film.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
I'll let you choose your best films at the end.
Okay, cool.
Titanic.
Ooh.
From the director of Aliens.
Can you zoom in on the years on that poster, Tom?
I've looked. I don't think
Yeah.
the years are there. I think you're good.
See, I probably would have put this in 97 and 98 as well. So I'm gonna say it's 97.
97?
Just cause.
By the way, just for clarity, these are US release dates.
Okay.
So there is a slight sort of couple of months
Yeah.
beforehand. Anaconda.
I'm gonna go 99 with that one. Why not?
99 for Anaconda.
Even though it feels like crapper quality, I think it was crapper quality.
Phil,
So
it will
doesn't
take
matter.
your breath away. What more do you need?
Yeah.
Fight Club.
Oh, I love this movie. Love Fight Club. I don't know off the top of my head what year it is.
That's bad. That's why I didn't put the Matrix in this list, because I know you'd be like, oh, I know that one, and I didn't put Star Wars Episode 1. You'd be like, I know that one too.
I think 98.
98?
Mm-hmm. My downstairs toilet is Fight Club themed, just so you know.
Is it?
It is. I've got posters. I've got a T-shirt on the wall in a frame, and I've even got a little soap mold as well.
That's cool. That's very cool. Armageddon.
99. No, 97.
Fucking hell, that is wildly different.
That is a huge difference, but I'm actually quietly confident that that one is 97 for some reason.
Okay.
I might be totally fucking wrong.
Oh, fuck. What have I done? Blair Witch.
In October of 1994, and then 5 years later, we filmed this movie.
I know, right? What does that mean? I remember that. I would have got this one. I remember the film coming out. It was fucking like everywhere.
I think I would have stuck with my gut and said 99, and then weirdly we've got two in
just
each
so you
year.
know, there is 4 for each year.
Oh, I thought there's 3.
Well, 3 plus the Oscar.
Oh, okay.
There is 4. All right. Fifth Element. Another Bruce Willis film.
97.
97. Said that with quiet confidence.
I did. I'm starting to regret my decision on Blair Witch Project now, but we'll stick with what we've done.
I'll let you. You know this. We'll go first round, second round. You can move things about, and then we'll call it. Blade.
Oh, Blade's a great movie.
Blade's a really fucking good movie.
Yeah.
Look at that poster as well. It goes so hard.
It does. How wide is Wesley Snipes in that poster?
It's because he's wearing so much stuff.
He's made of rectangles. 98.
Yeah.
Could be 99. I feel like a lot of these I would say 99, just because 99 feels like the right year for everything.
It does. Good Will Hunting.
99.
99 on Good Will Hunting?
Never seen Good Will Hunting.
What?
Never seen it.
It's a brilliant movie. Makes me cry. Shakespeare in Love.
I've got no fucking idea here.
I've not seen the film either. I would have guessed. Also, Google this film, and after, there is a bit of a controversy around it.
No. Let's say 99.
Fucking hell, you're hammering the 99 drill.
I am.
Which means you've only got so many slots left. You've got 2 left, and they've got to fit.
I'll see that feels like 99. I'm pretty sure that is 99. Fuck. Let's whack that at 98. Screw it.
Yeah. All right, last film. The Green Mile, another Tom Hanks film. He was
Okay,
on
so
a
that
fucking
can't.
tear.
Yeah. Let's say 97 for that one. Weird ass poster, that isn't it as well?
All right. Is there
I'm
any you
tired,
want to
Paul.
move?
I think Blair Witch needs to move.
Where do you want it?
I don't know because I feel pretty okay with the top ones.
Okay.
Let's swap Blair Witch and Saving Private Ryan. I might live to regret that, but we'll see.
All right, swapped out.
Okay.
All right. You happy with these in the right years?
Yeah.
What won the Oscars? So it's one from each line.
Titanic.
Yep.
Feels like a win if it's the right year, anyway. I'm gonna say American Beauty. Don't think.
Yep.
Blair Witch would have won it. And so you've said Good Will Hunting is phenomenal, but I've never seen it.
I think it's phenomenal, but that's my opinion.
But did Oscar? That's the question.
In your timeline, it's going up
tiny
against
little-
Saving Private Ryan and Shakespeare in Love. That's a fucking.
I mean, I've
hard-
never seen Shakespeare in Love, neither.
It's one of those fancy knobby.
Let's go
movies.
Saving Private Ryan.
Shaving Ryan's privates.
Shaving his privates. That feels like pretty safe choices there, to be honest. So yeah.
All right.
I've enjoyed this, Tom. This is a good little game. Well done.
Thanks, man. All right. Time for a reveal. 97. In no particular order, we have Anaconda.
I got fucked
You
up.
could have guessed that because Anaconda's anniversary came out last year with the film. Because there was a film.
What anniversary?
There was a film with Jack Black. Came out last year.
Last year?
It was 28 years since Anaconda.
Oh, right, okay. Okay.
Film number 2. Fifth Element. You got that right. Give
Yeah,
yourself a
cool.
point.
1 point.
Next film. Good Will Hunting was 97.
Oh, shit.
And the Oscar winner for that year was Titanic. Well done. 98. Armageddon.
That's 2 points then. 2 points.
No, you put Armageddon in 97. Oh, yeah, you put Titanic. Yeah.
I put Titanic, yeah.
Blade, 98. Which you did say. It's in the exact
I got
spot,
that
actually.
right, yeah.
Bam.
Perfect.
Saving Private Ryan was
Motherfucker.
98, which means it didn't win the Oscar.
I swapped them round, didn't I, as well?
Yeah. The Oscar was won by
Yeah.
Shakespeare in Love. Right. Fight Club, 99.
Mhm.
Did you say that? You did
No.
not. You said 98. Blair Witch, 99. It was the eve of the 2000s. That's how I remember it coming out.
Yeah.
And Green Mile, which means American Beauty won the Oscar for 99.
I was right. Just wrong yet.
Pretty much. Fuck, I don't know what I'm doing. These ones here in the middle are all going to be 28 years old this year. But that's your segment. I hope you enjoyed it.
That was good.
If you're at home playing and you got some points, let us know. Did you do better than Phil? Phil got 2.
Phil was shit.
Yeah, let's see. Let us know what you got in the comments. We'd love to hear it. But that's going to do it for this episode, I think, Phil. I think that's us done on 28 years later. What's next? I hear you ask. You guys have been away for so long. Well, I'll tell you what's next. We're probably going to pick up the Riddick stuff, as we said we were going to. We're probably not going to touch the Bone Temple until it's available on a good version, because we want to sit down, write notes, all that jazz. In terms of time frame when things are coming out, we don't know. We're having fun. We're getting back in the swing of things. We're going at our pace. It's a nice timeline we're living in. So yeah, keep an eye out on the socials. By socials, I mean Spotify. We've got YouTube. Phil's going to be probably doing some TikToks every now and then, putting those on the channel of shorts of our hilarious banter. He'll probably put some segment stuff in because he loves to put a good segment in.
If you want your content in bite-sized TikToky forms, fire on over to TikTok and you'll see some great little clips of some of the most hilarious
Banging
things.
little clips.
If you like Abu, that's where you should go. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, find it on the stream and you'll see.
But thanks everyone for listening. And like I said, check us out on YouTube, check us out on Spotify, drop us a sub, drop us a follow, drop us a comment, drop us a like, all that good algorithmic stuff. That wasn't a word, but let's roll with it. Any final thoughts, Phil?
No. See you in 28 years.
Yeah. Catch you all in a bit. Bye now.